This is part two of our Pawleys Island Google Earth tour. Part one was last week. I'm going to put the slide for that up on the screen right here so you can see what the thumbnail looks like. Uh, in there, we talk about, what, the where, the how of Pawleys Island. And it's good viewing. And, you should finish this and then double back and watch the other one just so you got the full picture. But this video is going to be all about living in Pawleys Island, the shopping, if you have medical needs. I know that's an important thing for a lot of people. Outdoor activities. I'm going to highlight all of that stuff for you and show you on the map. So with that being said, here we go. Mother, Mother Ocean, I have heard you call. I wanted to sail upon your water since I was 3 feet tall. You've seen it all. You've seen it all. So now we're going to talk about living. What's it like to live here? And I'm going to first start on the shopping. Now, earlier I showed you guys where basically right here on 17, the King's Highway, which by the way is this roughly follows a road that King George had built to get soldiers between Charleston and Boston way back before the Revolutionary War. That's the reason why this is called the King's Highway, because it actually is the King's freaking highway. The dude had it built. Anyway, all of your shopping, all of your commercial anything is going to be right on this road. So it makes it really convenient. Where are you going? 17. Want to get anything? You're going to 17. So let's jump in here. I want to highlight some of the stuff. I'm just going to go from south to north. Okay, so you've got an Ace Hardware here. Again, Pawleys Island is going to be, it still has that small town feel, and it does for a reason. It's because they don't let any of the big box stores in there. You will not find like a ginormous Home Depot or a Lowe's Hardware with a big old lumber yard. You'll have to go some other place of Myrtle Beach or get that stuff delivered to you if that's what you want. But your neighborhood hardware store, you got an Ace Hardware right here. Been in there a few times. Couple car dealerships. That's about as big as it gets. That and the food. Okay, car dealership. Yeah, here we go. First up, you probably don't have one of these where you're at. I'm going to give you an inside tip here. Lowe's. Where's the sign? Oh, I'm too far down. Lowe's Foods. Yeah, there we go. There's the sign. Lowe's Foods is a mid to high end grocery chain here. They're a direct competitor with Publix, and anybody that's ever been to Florida, you've definitely seen a Publix. Lowe's Foods is out of North Carolina, and for me personally, I prefer the produce at Lowe's. And I'm one of those guys that basically only shops on the outside edge of the grocery store. Basically, I try to eat healthy, and if you're that kind of person, Lowe's will have you hooked up. And that's not to say that Publix won't, but I just like this is a Carolina feel. Like when you're looking at the produce, they'll actually have the sign saying, these tomatoes came from so and so grower in North Carolina or South Carolina, which is pretty cool. We have people that move down from New York and New Jersey, and thankfully some of them bring their food with them. This is one of those places. Landolfi's, great Italian, really, really, really high quality Italian. We bounce out a little bit. You've got a lot of restaurants here. Pawleys Island General Store. Again, these are the kind of places. Yeah, Pawleys Island General Store. If and guys, you're going to be able to click on all this stuff. So if I click on more info, it should give me some pictures. Yeah, look at that, right? It's kind of a hometown feel. You know what? God, I've never been here. I want to go. But now I live like freaking 25 minutes away. Now I have sad. Um, so again, small town feel, small town general store. I've heard that Geo's is good, but I've never had anything there. Pawleys Wine and Spirits, Jimmy John's. Okay, when you see the big, like if I drop my guy right here, when you see places that are like the national chains, they're usually really tastefully done. You won't see like, for instance, there is one McDonald's in all of Myrtle Beach, and you won't see like you won't see like a Burger King and a Wendy's and a so and so. I mean, the stuff is actually kept to a minimum. And the McDonald's, I think it's up here. Yeah, there it is. There's the Mickey D's. Um, the McDonald's is actually a kind of a rare thing in Pawleys. So here's Publix. I want to drop you into the parking lot in Publix. It looks like it's not done, but it totally is. Publix is the other high-end grocery store here. Uh, Publix has really good quality meat, but again, I'm picky about the produce, so that's why I go to Lowe's. Honestly, it's a coin toss between the two. Um, Coming up north, this is the first causeway. Actually, it's the second causeway. There's one further down there. But this is the first causeway to actually get on the actual Pawleys Island itself. Because Pawleys Island is an island. This is a barrier island. You are cut off from land. Frank's. Here, let's click on Frank's. Frank's, really popular food, really popular place to eat. And you can't go wrong with any of these local restaurants that are down here. There's not a bad one of them. Okay, the hammock shops. All right. So if you've ever been to Pawleys Island and you've been on vacation, you've been in Pawleys Island, you've probably been to the hammock shops. Hammock Shops Village. There's a bunch of little shops that are in this little walk around here. And you could drop your little, see this, it kind of goes in a lap. I want to drop my guy right there on the street so you can look in. Hammock Shops is definitely a must-see when you get here. That place. The Hammock Shops Village. Reorient the North is famous because there's a guy in here. There's a couple guys that do it, but they actually hand weave these hammocks. These hammocks that they make in here are, I don't want to say they're status symbols, but if you've got one of these original hammocks, it's almost like it's an heirloom piece, for God's sakes. And they're super comfy. And yeah, there you go. They got like the little chair hammocks too. If you have kids that go in there, he'll actually sit there with you and let your kid, he'll teach your kid how to weave these things. He sits there on an old school loom and just goes to town. Uh, it's really neat. Cool place to see. And you've got your restaurants. The biscuit place is owned by a local. Yeah. Last time I was down there, I ate here. This is owned by a local restaurateur who they've got a few different places. And this is like southern gourmet food. It's kind of neat. And so again, you can see all your shopping, all your banking, anything that you would necessarily want. Habaneros, nice Mexican. Anything that you're going to want. Christopher's Fine Jewelry. You hear ads for them on the radio. There we go. Let's look at that. And you can tell this guy's successful. Either that or he spent. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's definitely successful. Um, if jewelry is your thing, there you go. I'm not a jewelry guy. And then that takes you all the way up north. And you come all the way down, or I should say all the way up. This is the last like major chunk of the shopping, I guess you could say. There's a really nice Food Lion that's here. There's an Eggs Up Grill, super popular, hard to get into. Get there early. Where is the other breakfast place? Okay. Applewood. Applewood. For some reason, I don't know what the deal is with Applewood, but yeah, Applewood. There you go. For some reason, everybody that runs for president or any kind of national elected office, if they make their way through Myrtle Beach, they come here and the people get their autograph. People take pictures with them, and they'll put the autograph on the wall. Kind of cool. Yep. Hey, there's Tim Scott, senator from South Carolina. Anyway. Oh, encyclopedia. Uh, there is, and I'll get to that here in a minute because we're talking about lifestyle stuff. But if you want to rent a bike to go on a bike path, there is the Mother of all bike paths that cuts through Pawleys. We'll get to that in the next one, I believe. Let's go. Yeah, what do you know? Parks and Recreation. So, and guys, when you're going through this, see how I'm clicking on table contents? You can do all everything that I'm doing, you can do. I have these kind of slides built out, and you can follow along, you can explore, you can freelance, you can do anything that you want inside of here. Just click on anything you want. Like if I wanted to go back to natural boundaries, I could do that. And if I wanted to go to Parks and Recreation, I can do that. You can't break it. So, Parks and Recreation, and I chose this view. Look at all the green. That's all golf, man. I think there's 9 golf carts, golf courses that I counted from inside of here. Golf is everywhere, and if you zoom out, basically you could see every one of the golf courses. Boom, 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 boom. So getting outside and getting air and exercising, there is golf everywhere. You don't even have to leave Pawleys Island. You'll never get bored if you're a golfer down there. Now, the Retreat Park is another place. And if I remember right, that's right. Yeah, here we go. So the Retreat Park, this is where you're going to have most of your Little League games. This is built out more than it looks. Again, can I drop a guy there? I can drop a guy on the main road. But this is sandwiched between a couple different schools, Waccamaw Intermediate and Waccamaw Middle. And you've got nature paths inside of here that you can go walking. Again, there's softball. There's a specific softball diamond inside of here. There's a couple of baseball diamonds. On the weekends, you'll see the Little League games being played right there. So while I'm up here and while I'm talking about Cyclopedia, the bike rental place, there is, and you can't see it, it's up inside of these trees right here, but there is a monster bike path. It's like 18 miles long, and it starts all the way up here in flipping Garden City. Where are we? Yeah, it starts all the way up here in Garden City and then cuts up here to 17, all the way down 17, and it's basically you've got your own dedicated lane, so you don't have to worry about getting hit by a car. Um, and it cuts all the way down here, weaves in and out of Litchfield. And if you are the kind of person that wants to take that ride, you are more man than me, because I might be able to make it there, but I definitely would not be able to make it back. Um, so you've got that bike path. Let me cross out of that. And there we go. You've got the Stables Park. Now, Stables Park, let's see, that's going to be off of. Yeah, here we go. Stables Park is tennis. There's the tennis chunk of it, Waccamaw Regional Tennis Center. But Stables Park, this is kids football. This is soccer. A lot of people that are into disc golf, which is basically like frisbee golf. They like to come here. This is actually kind of brand new. Well, when I say brand new, it's a couple years old. And after that, you've got the Waccamaw Rec Center, and this doesn't including any of like the green spaces where you can go walking. Where's the rec center at? So anyway, there's a I'm not gonna sit here and get lost on the map and you're like, why are you just bouncing around? There is a basketball gym, and that's not it. There's a basketball gym up inside of here as well that has its own little gym inside of it. So if you're into sports, Litchfield pickleball, really? Oh my, look at that. I didn't even know that was there. What do you know? Lance learned something today. So that's the outdoor active life. Now, I understand that medical and health and wellness is very important to some people. So I am going to include that in our in the last chunk of what we talk about here. Now, as far as places, as far as gyms, right? Uh, First off, you've got the Tidelands Health YMCA, which is right here. They have, you can click into it, look at pictures that people have uploaded. I don't know why that guy was just a picture of somebody bending over. This is your typical gym. They have, unless, no, they're not going to show it, but they have an indoor pool there. They have a kind of a parquet, old school Boston Garden kind of basketball court in there too. And you can tell it's been in there a little bit. It's really neat. Um, when you bounce the ball on the floor, it's like you can tell. It's like, wow, this has been here a while. It just has a different pop. So there's whoop, where'd my slide go? So and there's another kind of a muscle gym down here called the Stingray Gym, which is further down the beach. But as okay, that's the second typo that I've seen. I'm gonna have to commit typo harikiri after I get off the camera here. Dear God, Lance. Um, so as far as medical care inside of Pawleys Island, up and down again, this is your commercial thing, right? You will see all manner of medical practices, pain and neurology. There's general practitioners, chiro, here's a neurology place. All up and down this road. Now, if you're the kind of person that needs care as far as something more serious, right? Let's say that you have to get dialysis a couple times a month, something like that. Where do you go? What do you do? I'm going to bounce out. In the north, you've got Tidelands Waccamaw Medical Center, which is basically, it's right there, which is a monster hospital. It's right up here. And that is going to have pretty much everything. That's going to have, radiology, chemo. All of that is going to be right up there. Now, you're also sandwiched the exact same thing. And from here, Pawleys Island, up there to that hospital, honestly, is probably like a 15-minute ride. Traffic, you know, depending. Or you can come south, cross Winyah Bay, and come right here to the Thailand's Georgetown Memorial Hospital. And they have you covered down there as well. So again, you need an urgent care, you need a general practitioner, you need some antibiotics. There's a bunch of different places up and down here that can help you. If you need something serious, you've got a hospital to the north and you've got a hospital to the south. So as far as medical care, if that is a thing for you, you are taken care of. So there we go. That's Pawleys Island. Again, I am going to put the link to this map in the description of the video below. You guys can get in there. You can click, you can play, you can learn. You can do see. It's basically the next best thing to actually being there. I hope it helps you figure out whether it's a place that you want to live or not, because that's the whole point. If you have any other questions, I'm going to put my phone number and my email on the screen here in a second. And you can feel free to reach out. I'll get back to you as soon as I see it. As soon as I can get back to you, I'll get back to you. If you have any requests, I am going to do this for every single town in Myrtle Beach, but Myrtle Beach is 60 miles long. It's going to take a while for me to get to all of it. So if there's a place that you want to see and you're like, hey, Lance, can you do this neighborhood? Can you do that neighborhood? I'm really interested in this. I got no qualms about doing that. Happily to do it. I mean, because if I don't have anything else on the schedule and I'm just randomly picking places, let me know and I'll do yours first. So anyway, there you go. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.
And I have been drunk now for over 2 weeks. I passed out in a rally, then I sprung a few leaks. But I gotta stop wishing, I gotta go fishing down the rock bottom again with just a few friends. With just a few friends.